There we go.
All right, everyone see me? We all right? Went out and got me a little fancy camera so that I could be clear. Good morning. My name is Camille Adrienne, aka the Bougie Buddha. I'm the CEO of Smudge Life LLC, a multifaceted mindfulness company. And I think we were discussing we were supposed to be doing some Reiki, but that is not what we are talking about today. Second. So I have about 45 minutes to make you guys experts on the energy of birth. Y'all ready for that? I'm so excited. So I am a certified life coach, Reiki master, energy coach, aromatherapist, sound therapist, and most importantly, a doula. So I'm very excited to be here. I just want to start off by saying thank you, National Black Doula Association and Tracy, for allowing me to do this presentation. I'm like really happy. Hold on, I want to make sure. Cool. All right. So if you aren't already, if you don't know who I am not one of those super formal type of people. So this is going to be a nice, informal, relaxing presentation. I apologize. I don't know why they decided to do the lawn right now. But let's go ahead and get into it since I don't have a lot of time with you guys today and talk about the energy of birth. So during the birthing experience, or how we do, I'm also the founder of Crystal Baby Doula Group, where we focus on energy sensitive birthing experiences. So the energy of birth is important because birth is an energetic experience. That is the most prominent energetic experiences we have. That is how we come into this world, and it is definitely a rebirth is how we go out. But let's talk about as it refers to us and our experience, especially as African American women. So there are 4 components of birth when we're talking about energy, and I want to talk about how energy healing is important throughout this entire process. So I don't know if you guys can see my board or not, but we're going to go through it. So we're going to talk about preconception, the energy of conception, the actual energy of birth, and the energy of postpartum, and how that relates to our chakra system. Y'all with me? All right, let's do this. So let's talk about preconception. Preconception is prior to the idea of us having birth. So this is the energy that we possess prior to even thinking about getting it in, right? So we have divine masculine and divine feminine energy that sits with us. So I want to go over a little thing about our energy centers. So when I mention the word chakras, for those of you who are not aware, we have 7 main chakras. We have a plethora of chakras, energy centers throughout the body, but we generally talk about our 7 main, and that comes from our Vedic text or Ayurvedic medicine. So we give that credit there, even though it has been presented through ancient Kemet, Africa, all that other good stuff. But for right now, culturally, we assign that to our Ayurvedic or ancient text. And our 7 main chakras, as far as they're concerned, start off with our root chakra, which is our grounding, safety, security. Our solar plexus, our sacral chakra, my fault, I'm a little nervous, y'all. I ain't never presented in front of all these people. So our sacral chakra, which houses our emotions, our divine feminine and masculine energy, so that's important. Our womb space, our sensuality, sexuality, all that good stuff. We have our solar plexus, which sits right here below our breastbone and our sternum. This is our self-identity. This is all about our work ethic, our get out and go. This is also where we hold a lot of stress. You have our heart chakra center, where we have love, compassion, trust, forgiveness. Our throat chakra, which mine is a little shaky today. Oh wait, all right. Mine is a little shaky today because I think I had the Rona last week. Don't tell nobody. Anyway, then we have, which is our truth, communication, self-expression. Our third eye chakra, which is super important. Everyone loves that one, stable. But this is our intuition, our meaning of life, purpose, meaning, and then lastly, our crown chakra. So that is our connection to source, divine, higher self, ideals, and beliefs. So everyone's like, what does my chakras have to do with me experiencing birth? I really do apologize. I don't know why. I hope you guys can't hear that too bad. I hear it. Can you guys hear the grass people? Okay, perfect. I don't want to talk like y'all can hear it and I just sound crazy. So I'm going to talk over it. But anyway, our crown, which is our divine, wonderful, beautiful energy connection to source, right? So our God, our inner self. So this in conjunction with preconception, you want to make sure you start dealing with our moms, and for me, start dealing with our own personal energy even prior to the thought of giving birth. So getting everything balanced and aligned, but that's not always the case, is it? A lot of times we walking around with energy imbalances because we don't know how to deal with that and we don't know how to heal with that. So you have the opportunity to start implementing some of these healing practices and energy healing practices that we'll talk about towards the end in this particular moment. But knowing that all life comes from the womb. All life has to be created in a womb-like experience. So the energy of the womb is where life is created, and all that's what we're talking about. So all things are birthed in a womb, not necessarily the woman womb, the energetic womb. Space, everything, time, the continuum, everything is created within a womb space. And we need that to have seed, right? Seed is our genetic code, our DNA. So that energy is already entrained. So when we talk about conception, the art of conception, right? Who here was born because somebody had an orgasm? Everybody, please raise your hand. Now, the conditions in which that orgasm happened may not have been ideal, but guess what? Somebody, now it might not have been your mama, but somebody had the orgasm for you to get here. So there was a burst of energy. You were born on an orgasmic experience, right? So let's think about the energy of orgasm. The energy of orgasm, all of your nerve endings are what? Elevated, excited, fired off. When you think about the orgasmic experience, we do a lot of stuff. I like to get into some things. We talk about manifestation, right? That is when everything is aligned, you have all this energy, everything's rolling good. Think about the orgasmic experience. So if you know anything about sex magic, you know that that is a powerful energetic exchange. When we build relationships and we have decided to have the coitus, the sex, the joining of the divine masculine and divine feminine energy and the point of an orgasmic experience is the energy in which we were all birthed. Isn't that beautiful? You were literally brought about upon the energy of manifestation. You were manifested to be here based on that experience. So let's talk about the energy of conception and our genetic code and info that comes in. So again, starting off with beginning, connection to source. Developed in the womb space, all life is created. Orgasmic energy. So let's bring that in. Now, even though we were talking about earlier things, that experience might not have been the best because we do have times we love a perfect energy birth where mom and dad were together or, you know, partner and partner, whatever happened, beautiful experience. But sometimes those experiences come out of sexual trauma, lack of control. And we're also bringing in the energy from beforehand, before preconception. So what was already going on in the womb? I know we have a major energy shift for women to be womb focused, right? Self-care, self-love, yoni steams. We're doing all of this to clear the energy of the womb, because when we clear that space, when we de-stress ourselves, when we fix that space, it becomes a lot more fertile for seed and pregnancy. So this is reaching out to those who have fertility issues. A lot of that is coming from backed up energy, holding on to stress. As women, that's what we do. We are nurturers. We hold everything in our womb. Our day-to-day experiences, where it's going, right here. How does it present itself? Poor menstrual cycles, cramps, pain. We got all sorts of stuff. We got fibroids. All that stress, especially for women, goes straight to where life is created. We are doomed from the womb is what I say. If we're trying to get that energy cleared out, so that's where these are important. Prior to conception, preconception, actual conception, if we're doing everything we need to do to kind of clear that energy. I'm sorry, I can't see the chat right now, so I want to make sure that if we do have questions, I'll get to those at the end. It's important. So now let's talk about the birth experience. All right. So the birth, the energy of actual birth. So this is from the time the woman is pregnant all the way to the actual birth experience. So what we do is we try to concentrate on opening up the chakras and clearing out the energy throughout the birthing experience. So if we weren't able to catch you pre-conception, during the birth experience, we still want to address some of those chakra issues. Because during birth, the mother has to engage all of the chakras, right? It's very important. So let's start from the bottom. First, in order to have a great delivery, when we're thinking about our perfect birth experience, and a lot of our clients or women love the idea of the water birth, right? Why do you think that's so popular? Water is the element associated with your sacral chakra, so associated with the womb. This is our connection to life. Water is life-giving. So when we think about releasing anything that we're holding on to, we want to be in water. We want to be calm. That's why it's such a beautiful, everyone wants the crystals and the water birth and all of that, because it's calming, right? It brings down that energy. But what happens when not everyone gets the water birth, right? Our immediate thing is we're going to go into our root chakra. Do we feel safe and secure? So just like we had in the previous presentation, where do we have a lot of mishaps? In the hospital setting, right? Not under midwife, but under medical care. Because medical care, generally that room, the room itself makes you feel the lights are bright, everything's sterile. I don't feel safe. I don't feel secure in that moment. That's not what's going on. So we do our best as doulas to make sure that we create a safe environment. We hold it down. Security, that is super important in our first step of birth and for our chakras and the doulas part of that too. We are literally the gatekeepers of safety and security, especially if we have moms who are going through birth and they have people who make them nervous or make them not feel safe. We're the first ones to say, hey, only a couple of people can come into the room. So we're the gatekeepers of the energy of the birth. That is one of our major roles. So when we talk about coming in, also thinking about your birthing positions. When we get down into our birthing positions, we want to squat, right? That's natural to us. Feeling grounded, feeling rooted. Why does that feel natural? Because that's the energy that we're giving off. We're giving back. We're birthing into the earth, connecting to the earth's energy. So that's super important too. Safety and grounding. Then we move back into our sacred space where our womb is. This is our emotional waves. So like I said, we keep all of our emotions here. The birthing experience itself is very emotional. The mom goes through a range of emotions during the birthing experience, even through pregnancy. So not being able to deal or identify emotions, which again is that pre-work. So when we start dealing with our moms and we start identifying emotions, which is why going to therapy should be a prerequisite for getting pregnant too. We got to be able to go through all of those feelings and emotions because you'll be able to go through an entire range. So what is the role of the doula during this? Keeping the energy, making sure we have what? Emotional support. Is that not a forefront for us as doulas and our moms? Emotional support. We are there literally coaching the sacral chakra. You got this. They're crying, they're angry, they're mad, they're sad, there's pain, there's all sorts of emotions going on. Then when we talk about the actual physicality of the birthing, what we want? Open hips, right? Well, if you know anything about yoga and the experience of opening up the hips, also for birth, we expand our hips out to give birth to the baby, but also to open up and release old energies. Because this whole entire experience is not only a birth for the baby, but a rebirth for the mom. Moms come out a whole nother person because of the energy of the experience. So we opening up the hips, opening up all of our emotions, releasing what's happening there. Then we start to get into our solar plexus energy. So what's the first thing moms say when they had a baby? I felt like a new woman, new self-identity, the phoenix, the rebirth, right? And as the doula, your role in the solar plexus is empowerment. We're advocating for mom where she can't. We're making sure that she maintains her identity and her birth, right? So this is what we're experiencing. Again, we are the gatekeepers of the energy, which is why energy healing is important. And again, you know, how do we make sure that we keep that energy levels right? But listen, I don't know about you, but moms or anyone who's ever had kids, the most confident you feel is when you drop that baby. I did that. That is a complete self-identifying situation. You're confident, you're secure, but you also have stress and worry. We're holding that here. And how do we deal with that? Through our breath. So we activating that, activating the sense of calming and activating the parasympathetic system, which slows down the heart rate. Why do we do so much breath work during labor? The moms, everyone knows that we keep the energy of birth going through breath. That ultimately reflects how we're dealing with our self-identity through this experience, right? So then we move up into our heart chakra. So our heart chakra space during pregnancy is wonderful because what's the highest frequency? Love. Immediately upon conception, our heart chakra is activated. Why? The connection between mom and baby. You've never seen this baby, but you love. You love unconditionally, uncontrollably, unseen. That is an immediate heart chakra opener. Pregnant moms have a glow. What do we do as doulas? We love. Because I don't know about y'all, but sitting with somebody for about 48 hours that I don't know for the sake of birth, it ain't about the money. My heart chakra is in it. We create heart ties, and when you have that bond, whether you're doing it through your prenatal visits and your postpartum afterward, you create a bond. Your energy, your love, your frequency is important during that experience, because ain't nothing more loving than a complete stranger. I'm down here, I'm holding you, we're rocking, we're moving. And again, movement, the flow, the body, I already know this experience. This is a heart chakra type, especially if that mom has ever had any sort of heart chakra trauma, which most of the time as women we have. And we're already expressing that through the womb, so we're making that connection between mom and baby, from womb sacral to heart, and also heart to heart tie from everyone in the experience. Because after the birth, what? I love my nurses, I love my practitioners, unless you had a bad experience, and then you're focused on your doula to be that extra support, especially if you're not at a home birth or you didn't feel safe or comfortable. Everyone following with me? Cool. So I talk fast, so if I need to slow down, please tell me. I'm gonna try to open this up here. All right, great. So moving on. Once we get there, let's talk about our throat chakra, right? So our throat chakra is all about truth and communication and self-expression. So let's talk about it in the physicality of birth. What do moms do? We make sounds, we phonate. Sometimes it's not complete sentences. By the time we get into, real labor, it's, moms create their own moan, because again, opening up that vibration, speaking that is manifesting what they want. I'm gonna have this baby. As the doula, we are the gatekeepers of that too. One, advocating the voice of what the experience our mom wants, and then also being in that moment, letting the mom scream loud, whatever it is that's going on. But we become very vocal during the birth experience, because our throat chakra is the cousin to our sacral chakra. So when we open up the throat in expression, we also open up the womb. And I don't know if y'all know this, but if you open up that bottom jaw, and you make that ah sound, which is the seed mantra for the heart. And then the ooh sound, which is the seed mantra for the sacral. Mind you, that's how you got the baby to begin with. You was oohing and ahhing with your mouth open. Your cervix was open too. So let's go ahead and relate that. The whole preconception, the conception, you was already in that. But right now, we're talking about the birth. You drop that jaw, opens up the cervix as well, and helps with the birthing experience. So again, bringing in that chakra energy. Now we're gonna move up to our third eye chakra, which is super important. Prior to, when we do meditations, to one, keep the stress levels down, let's talk about the natural hormones. I know in the previous presentation, we were talking about the hormones, right? So the natural hormones that occur during pregnancy, our oxytocin, our dopamine, those are the same hormones that open up your third eye. The envisionment, the manifestation of the birth, what's happening now. So you need those hormones on board to create that, y'all know that pregnancy sway, that sleep, that dream-like state during pregnancy. We want to be able to cultivate that, because again, that creates that orgasmic experience. So these are the people who are experiencing orgasmic births. You're like, how did that happen? Their chakras was aligned. They was doing their energy healing work, but it's okay. Go ahead and open up that third eye during the birthing experience. Let those hormones get on board, because again, we're sensing what? Stress, pain. So our body naturally says, okay, let's open up our third eye chakra. Let's go ahead and visualize holding that baby. Isn't that what we do as doulas? We coach them, visualize holding your baby. You're in the moment until you get to that ultimate bliss, right? Nothing else matters. Whatever else you were envisioning is gone, but that's that. What happens when that gets interrupted though? So we don't allow the body to go through the natural energetic process when we start interrupting based on stress, especially for Black women. Y'all already know I don't have to tell y'all what the rates are, but we are in a whole, our energy is not prepped for this. We had so much trauma from root to heart, our lower chakras, our lived experience, that by the time we start to bring in our higher chakras, it's a little too late. That's why we try to catch them early at preconception and conception. But at birth, we can still do this. What happens when that is interrupted? When we have interventions like induction, cesarean, and epidurals, that changes the energy of natural birth. And it doesn't allow for our bodies and our energy to create that wave, to get us to that dreamlike state. because they give what? Pitocin for induction, right? Which is the synthetic version of oxytocin, which is supposed to help us not only get into a dreamlike state and relax, but that also causes contractions for the baby. So we should be feeling happy. Those are happy hormones that kick in once we sense pain or discomfort in that area, and then it helps us push down. But when we activate that prior, y'all already know that Pitocin birth is a little bit more uncomfortable because we were speeding up the process. So now we don't allow the body's natural energy to help us through this. So lastly, we have our crown chakra, right? So our crown chakra is our divinity, our source, our self. Now during birth, the woman is the closest to source they've ever been because what's the first God that a baby knows? It's mother. So at this point, you are source, you are God. And I don't mean that from a religious standpoint, I mean you are literally the giver and creator of life in this moment. You are the closest to your higher self. So that explains that afterbirth high, that, because you are, and that is your rebirth moment as a mom, the energy of that. And as a doula, we protect that, right? Not only do we help coach, we help you self-actualize. We help the mother self-actualize. That moment of bliss, divine, is it not? A divine experience. So now we've reached the top of our chakra system. So let's talk about what happens in that energy, the energy of the doula. So we had a great birth, right? That's fine. It was natural, hopefully, or not natural. Either way, as a doula, when we have interruptions in this, we try to keep the energy in check. But I know you guys have experienced this birth where the energy wasn't right. The doctor's energy was off, a nurse's energy was off, maybe the baby was, the mom was waiting on somebody to get there, or you've been doulaing for a long time, right? And the baby just won't come. You're frustrated, you're angry. As soon as you walk out the room, what happens? You miss the birth. The mom felt comfortable, safe, secure, because maybe your energy was off. So who all needed the energy healing? Not only the mother, not only the energy of the practitioners, but the doula. Because you're supposed to be the gatekeeper. So if your energy ain't correct, you think that baby coming? Nah, bro. Sorry, I done got a little relaxed. I got a little relaxed. I have to remember I'm professional. But this whole entire experience, again, like I said, is the energy of birth. So we're dealing with all of this for delayed, prolonged labor, what's going on? And then immediately after, what do we talk about? The golden hour, right? So I know we have breech births, but let's just talk about the natural way of birth. The baby comes out what? Head first, right? We call that crowning. Self-actualization, our crown, our source. So baby already came out knowing, hey, I'm here. First energetic experience, what? Breath of life. Placenta, y'all already know what we're gonna talk about that. The energy of the placenta, keeping that. Again, our role as a doula, now we're getting into postpartum. Our role as a doula, connection. Not only is the golden hour important when it comes to the health of the baby and doing the whole titty dance and getting that good breast milk, again, nourishment, security, safety. Why do we want to go skin to skin with the baby? Off rip, we came out self-actualization through the experience, and we want to be with source. We want to feel connected. It is so important. We know that. We already know the facts about healthy babies in the golden hour experience. But spending that first time listening to the heartbeat, that heart chakra tide, that feeling of safety and security, being on the mom, off rip. What happens? A lot of things happen, trauma, like I said, that root chakra, that's foundational. If you're taken away from source immediately, do you feel safe and secure as a baby? Those babies be cranky. They're not happy. You got to work with them babies. The babies who lay on the chest, they thrive in because they feel connected. That energy, the energy of the experience of birth has now taken them in, and there's a safety there. So y'all see where I'm going with this. So again, our role as a doula to advocate for that energetic experience, especially if the mom has already had previous trauma during birth. So then we're talking about our hormones. Like I said, if you're a doula who does placenta encapsulation, the importance of the placenta, the energy of that birth is lying in that placenta. So we want to make sure that it's nurturing, and it helps with what? The hormones, it helps with balance, because we want to make sure that that energy is okay. We want to reduce the risk of postpartum depression, which is an energetic experience, correct? Your energy's off. All of that. So we promote that. We promote connection and healthy relationships after the fact. So our role as a doula overall are the energy keepers of birth. That is what we do. I want to make sure we're good on time. Oh yeah, we good. I got a whole thing going on. So how do we manage the energy? How do we make sure that the energy is popping? So that's when we come in with the Reiki. We come in with meditation, we come in with crystals, we come in with pranayama. I'm all about holistic, divine, energy sensitive birth. So we use things like this to promote relaxing and healing environments, even in the event that we don't get to visualize that perfect birth experience, because we all know not every mom gets their perfect birth, but you can always have a perfect energy birth if the doula is right? Or the energy in the room, even if we have daddy doulas, but you want to have someone who's aware of the energy of the experience. So hopefully you guys will take some of these practices with you. So when we talk about Reiki, we talk about clearing the chakras using universal energy. And it doesn't take much. Oh, okay, y'all is in here. I saw my name in the chat room. I said, what y'all talking about? Hold on. So we talk about the energy of the birth, and we're trying to get our energy healing on. We introduce things like Reiki. And Reiki is not the only form of energy healing. It's just the one that I'm specializing in, so I'm gonna talk about it. So we channel universal energy, that same universal energy from preconception, from our source, our divine. We use that to clear our chakras. And we do that with our mommies prior to they first get started, they're pregnant, anyone in the room, and even yourself. If you feel that your energy is off during the birth, you can use Reiki to balance everything out and bring the energy back down. So Reiki is literally the concept of energy floating through the hands, you as a conduit, going through, and you don't have to go through all the, we're not going to do a whole Reiki class here, but going through at least, you can start by rubbing your hands together and creating that wonderful, beautiful energy. Some people don't, some people do. And you don't have to be a practitioner. Guess what? Everyone has Reiki. That's fine. Everyone can channel this energy. So don't worry about it. I'm not a Reiki master. It don't matter. You can self-Reiki all you want to. Get your energy together and you go through your chakras and just breathe. Starting at your crown and moving that energy down over the third eye, over the throat, over the heart. Breathing continuously over the solar plexus, the sacral, and then down to the root. And you can just place down, that's your lower extremities. So using a calming method to bring the energy down. And this was great, even if something happens, if you need a moment with your mom during birth, after birth, whatever, using Reiki to bring your energy together. Meditation, just taking pause. A lot of things change when you just take 30 seconds to breathe, right? Allowing yourself to really be present and in the moment. That helps mom and you. That is your job. Your role is to control the energy, because nothing's worse than getting stressed out. You don't hear the baby's heartbeat. The monitor's going off. Take pause and breathe. You stay calm and you set the tone as a doula for the energy in the room, whether it's a home birth or hospital. So using those, maybe you decide you want to do a little meditation, a little breathing, 4-7-8 breathing. Beautiful experience. That sends a signal to your nervous system to activate the parasympathetic system to slow the heart rate and bring things down. Inhale for 4, hold for 7, exhale for 8. Do 10 rounds of that. Watch it change. Even if you're not in a birthing experience, if you just feel a little angst today, right now, 4-7-8. As a matter of fact, do y'all mind if we do a little 4-7-8? We can do a little 4-7-8. So let's go ahead, everyone. You continue, just focus on your breathing, no changes, no force, no coercion. And I'm gonna ask you to take a nice inhale in for 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold, expand out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, slow and controlled release. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Give me 2 more rounds. In. 2, 3, 4, hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Slow and controlled release. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last one. In. 2, 3, 4, hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then go back into your regular breathing. I don't know about y'all, but that instantly shifts the energy in any room. Did anyone else feel a nice little energy shift? Raise your hand. You felt it? It was just me? That's okay. If it was just me, I feel relaxed, and that's all that matters. So, making sure that we maintain that energy, the energetic birth from the mom to you as a practitioner, understanding your role as a doula, as the energy gatekeepers of the energetic experience of birth. So I know I talk real fast, and I'm pretty sure I got a lot more time on this right here. But I want to open this up for questions, because I know I normally get a lot of questions, and I want to be able to go through all of them. So anybody got any questions about their energy, about their chakras? I can't hear you. You got to turn the. Does anyone happen to hear this young lady?
I can't hear her. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, thank you. I just want to say thank you for this presentation. You said that you was nervous in the beginning. You did a very great job. A lot of us can't really see the board behind you, so it'll be helpful if you can take a picture of it and then send it to the chat or send it so that we can see it. But thank you so much. I didn't know how important energy was. Well, I know how important energy was, but I like the wound and the mind and the doula's role in that situation. I think that's really important. So I'm getting a little nervous now, but thank you for this presentation.
I will type up a variation of this, and I totally will send it either in a file through the chat, or I will get it to the proper channels to make sure that that email goes out for anyone who wants these notes. Are there any other questions? I'm here. This is what, hey, I'm your bougie Buddha. Let's do this.
I have a question.
I can.
If we want to get our chakras and our energy balanced and everything, is that how would we go about doing that?
Okay. So, oh no, wait, I'm sorry. You want to know if you want to get your chakras and energy balanced? How do you go about doing that?
Is that just kind of what you just showed us, the 4, 7, 8?
Now, is this for, yes. Now, there are natural ways. Your chakras are connected to, now you'll see a bunch of people, and again, I am a practitioner, I know stuff, and all the stuff, muchlife.com, but the chakras are naturally balanced through things that we do. So if we're trying to get grounded and rooted, go outside. Put your feet on the ground. There's a whole science detox, we can talk about that, but going out and grounding. You want to clear your sacral chakra, be next to water, be in water, that's fluid. You want to get your solar plexus active, be in the sun. That activates the energy of your get up and go out and do. That also brings your cortisol levels down. Then your heart chakra, air, breath. Breath work is important for opening up the heart chakra. You can do alternate nasal breathing, pinching off one side, inhaling and exhaling to open that up as well. Your throat chakra, that is ether or spirit. So speaking your truth, but also drinking your teas, chamomile tea. There's natural stuff that you can do. Third eye and crown, meditation, stargazing. So you don't need to buy anything, you don't need to do anything. Everything that we needed was already here. The energy of the earth is taking care of us. It's just going out and doing those things. Making sure that you're out in nature. Making sure that you have beautiful things. I know people think, oh, I don't want to. Looking at beauty helps with visualization. So buying the flowers for yourself, that's also something for your confidence. So it doesn't take much. It's the summation of the little things that we do to help us balance our energy. Does that make sense?
Camille?
Right. Yes.
I have a question. First of all, incredible presentation, and I'm so thankful that you followed me and my boring ass data. But What I would like to ask is, as a doula, what do you suggest that we bring to the birth space? Like, can you talk about crystals or stones or anything like that that, you know, we can kind of help to rechange that energy in the room?
Yes. So one, bring your best energy. Make sure you take care of you. That's the first thing, because it don't matter what you bring. If your energy off, ain't a smudge spray gonna help nobody. But find out, those are important questions. So with my particular program, we ask certain questions when we ask what your perfect birth is or what your birth plan is, what you would like us to bring. So starting music, going into your heart chakra, hertz 432. Some people don't want to hear, you know, that old jazzy stuff, but figuring out music that sets the tone, because music helps with phonation, it helps with our throat chakra, it helps us relax the energy. Then any smells. The olfactory nerves are super important. Smells also help us feel safe, which is why babies like to be on blankets that smell like their mom. Same thing during birth. If there's something that they like to smell from home, or a certain herb or something, make a little spray. I had a mom who liked lavender and rosemary, so we brought bath salts because they had enough emphasis in them. She would smell the bag. She liked lavender. It was a calming experience. So you want to make sure that you bring in stuff like that. Crystals, rose quartz is always great for love. Amethyst is great for peace. Aquamarine is great for open communication. If the mom is worried about not being able to be a warrior, you want to get some grounding security, or you need protection, black tourmaline. If you need to boost in confidence, you can get pyrite. Citrine is great. That's activated by the sun, so that gives the mom that experience of, I can do this, for those moms who feel like they can't do it. Or there might be the VBAC or anything, any sort of doubt or worry that they have your moms carry citrine or bring it into the birthing room. That'll also change the energy there. Also, again, bringing yourself in your breath, taking a moment, taking pause. You are the major influence of the energy in the room.
Right. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Anybody else got something they want to know?
Do you have any workshops coming up, trainings?
Yes, I do. I'm actually leading a 7-day heart chakra intensive right now, but when that's over, I'll be releasing a 6-week chakra intensive. And so we'll go through all the chakras back to forwards. They'll be live, and then we'll go into how to use energy healing. So how to do or use Reiki, even if you're not a practitioner, throughout your life. So that'll be the second course, and those will be after I get the 7-day up. So if you go to the website, I will be posting, sign up for the email list. I'll be able to share more information from that.
Thank you.
Hopefully pretty soon we'll be teaching this energetic birth worker certification. Go ahead.
I have a question. How do you help maintain a mother's energy if the original birth plan was vaginal and it had to be a C-section? Like, how do you help keep the energy up for mom without, you know, the disappointment factor, just with the oils and verbal confirmations?
Yes, verbal confirmation indeed, but this is why we always try to attach. So I don't know if you guys know, I have a master's in public health, and I'm currently working on my doctorate in mind-body medicine and integrated wellness coaching. And my dissertation is surrounding reducing preterm labor using hypnotic suggestion and meditation. So we have to do that prior to. But if an outcome of the birth is not what's expected, that's that third eye energy. We want to still visualize the concept of happy, healthy baby. It doesn't matter how the baby comes. I know that it can be disappointing, but what I do is I have my moms go into that moment of bliss, try to open up and to create that visualization during meditation. So a quick way is to just, hey, I know this might not be exactly what we wanted, but focusing on the positive, happy, healthy birth, happy, healthy baby, happy, healthy mommy. And then being able to be like, all right, well, let's envision some of the joy. Let's get to the bliss, to try to connect to that energy. Because if you see it in the third eye, it happens, because perception is reality. I hope that answers your question.
Take my shoes off here?
Yeah.
I don't know what she be doing. She in here though. I can't tell if she has a question. Is there any other things before I go? Oh, it's 11:11. Hey.
I know that we had a lot of people in the text chat asking how to follow you and where to go. I know you just briefly mentioned your workshop and a few things, but if you want to go over that information again, that would be awesome.
Yes. Okay, so again, my name is Camille Adrienne, aka the Bougie Buddha. I can go to Buddha to Boosie real quick, but I keep it real and I know my shit, so we're gonna keep it like that. You can follow me on Instagram at The Smudge Life. That is the company page. I have a new doula. Our doula group is at Crystal Baby Doula. So if you're interested in that, a lot of the energetic birth experience will be under that guise. Also, again, going to www.smudgelife.com, hopping on the email list so you can stay abreast on what's going on there.
Definitely just gained a follower.
Hey! All right, well, ladies and gents, I don't know if we have any kings on here, but queens, it has been an absolute honor and an absolute blessing to present this information to you guys. Again, thank you, Tracy, and the National Black Doula Association team for allowing me to present this information in front of all of you. It has been nothing but a pleasure. I do answer DMs, so go ahead and holler at me, talk to me. I'm not one of those people that is unreachable. I will go through the chat. If there's any questions that weren't answered, you can pop those in there and I'll do my best to answer those, and I will get those notes for you guys for your experience. Now, we do have the luxury. Who's up after me? We have the Nourishing Eats. Nutrition is super important to your energy, guys. So this is a perfect segue into this. Nutritional Eats from the birthing experience from Javon Sage. What? Y'all know that's much? All right, guys, where are you at, Javon? Where are you at?
Actually, what we're going to do real quick before she gets up and we learn all this, and maybe take a break and get stretched and regain your energy, and then she will be right on, and she'll be right on the timing in 12 minutes.
I don't know if y'all got somebody leading the stretch, but we can go ahead and do that. Y'all know
Oh, you're wonderful.
Certificate too. So you guys actually just go ahead, if you're sitting, get out of your seat. Go ahead and move. Movement is key, getting that energy flowing. Just begin to focus on your breathing. Again, no change, no coercion, just the subtle rise and fall of the chest. Maybe you start to tilt, you may start to sway. Noticing the gentle coolness and warmth of the breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. I'm gonna ask you guys to inhale up, raising your arms. Allow your elbows to align with your ears and just stretch up. Begin to slowly stretch up laterally, the right and left side, reaching up like you're reaching for your dreams. You're reaching for a cure for the Rona because we're not in Atlanta. Oh, but it's okay though, because we're having a good time. Continue to stretch out the sides while you breathe. If you can, go ahead, bring your palms together. Exhale down to the heart center. Bring those arms out, swing them back up. Inhale, up again. Continue to reach for that crown chakra. Palms come together. Exhale down to heart center. Inhale up again. Allow the arms to float to the sides. Reach to the right and left. Continue to stretch. Maybe you open up the legs just a little bit, going into that star. Good. Exhale, bringing the arms down. If you can, inhale, put your arms here and just begin to make small circles. We want to awaken the hips, opening up the hips, especially if we're sitting. We're sitting, make a few circles to the right, continuing to breathe. And then go ahead and change directions. Maybe about 3 or 5 circles in the opposite direction. Maybe you bring your head into it just a little bit. Bring it around town. Open up that sacral chakra. Good. Coming back to center. One more big deep breath in. Arms up. Reaching down if you can. If you want to, go ahead into a full forward fold if you're standing, just to go ahead and stretch the lower back. Touching the toes, maybe rock the hips just a little from side to side. Maybe you allow the body just to hang. Let the head drop, chin to the chest. And on your next inhale, swan dive up. Inhale, arms up again. Bringing our palms together, coming back down into heart center on exhale. Nice. I hope y'all are feeling good about that, because I felt good about that. I don't know where Brooke, is Javon on the way? Because I'll sit and talk your head off today.
We still have it.
Oh, hey, Brooke, take a minute. I know you were taking a second.
Nope, go ahead.
So, hey, Camille.
Hey, Tracy, how you doing?
Hi, amazing. It was so good. I sent everybody your handle, so you know you didn't have to put it back in the chat, but thank you so much. And you can use this time if you want to talk to the ladies more or not.
Fantastic. Well, let me start out. If y'all don't know anything about me, I normally have a drink. See, I was trying to be professional. I carry wine with me all the time. But is there any, I know we talked about the energy of birth, but as a birth expert, like I said, or as an energy expert, that is, I'm the energy guru, I self-proclaimed, but I think I earned it. Does anyone have any questions about energy overall? I want to talk about it. I want to learn a little breathing. If you want to know anything about me, you know, about 5'3", brown skin. I like walks on the beach, trips to the bank.
Hi. I have a question. Good morning, everybody. Miss Camille, is there a certain food that you can introduce into your diet to help you with your chakra?
Yes. So when we're talking about food and nutrition, this is the perfect segue into what we're talking about. It's important to, that is pretty much our mood regulation. What we eat is literally how we regulate our energy. That is the foundation. I can go into the science of it from ATP to mitochondria and how that develops into your cells and all that other stuff. So I'm not telling everyone to go vegan. That doesn't work for everybody. That's not based on your genetic and genetic code. But I do tell you to be very mindful of what you eat. So when we're talking about, think of your colors when they tell you to eat colorful. The colorful foods actually help you with your chakra. So if you need to be grounding, what happens when you eat mashed potatoes? You feel a little heavy, don't you? Feel a little grounded, don't you? That is a root. That is an earth vegetable. So all of your roots and earth vegetables are going to help you with your root chakra. When you think about the sun and happiness and joy, those are your citrus fruits, right? So thinking about your solar plexus, things that grow in the sun, your citrus, that helps you with mood. Nothing gets you more invigorated than a little grapefruit juice and some vodka, right? I'm sorry, don't mind that vodka. But getting that citrusy feeling, that's what you want. And then when we're talking about soothing the throat, chamomile, teas, opening up that throat chakra, heart chakra, your greens, right? Everybody feels super good after they have a green smoothie. I don't know about y'all, but I have one green smoothie and I just know I'm in love. I'm like, oh, I feel so good about my life. My mood didn't change. But going through the colors of the chakras, try to eat the colors of the food. It's real, I mean, the earth made it real simple for us. We just make everything complicated. So doing your best to eat your fruits, vegetables, and having balanced plant-based diet, definitely gonna help you clear your, so you'll definitely see a mood change because your gut is important. You send more information from your gut to your brain and your brain to your gut. Your gut regulates mood and energy. So what we put in it, super important. So make sure you're getting your proper nutrition. Eat the rainbow.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Do you offer any support or preps trainings for the partners of the mother that's birthing, and how do you help them prepare and being there to support their beloved when the process is going?
We do partner. We always have the partner available if they are available, but we do individual sessions with the partner to make sure that their energy. So I do Reiki on all of my clients and their partners if they're going to be in the birthing experience, so that their energy can be correct and prepared. Informed consent is beautiful in both the hospital setting and just in a regular day-to-day experience. Most partners aren't necessarily, especially our men, aren't fully aware of what happens or the energy of birth in that experience. So when they go through this, they're like, oh, I now see how I am affected by this. And we go through their woes, their worries, their stress, because men don't always feel secure or confident they're going to be the best dads or that they'll be able to be the best labor support. So we give them that confidence by explaining the energy of birth. Also, so I am an energy coach, like I said, outside of the birthing. So if you guys are interested in your own personal energy, I do chakra readings, and I do personalized energy coaching and healing plans, and I do distance Reiki. There's a lot of stuff that we can do online, guided meditations, shameless plug. If you need a chakra meditation, go ahead to any streaming site and look up Meditation and Chill by Camille, Adrienne, and go ahead and get your chakras aligned real quick through that guided meditation. But I am an energy coach, so that is what I do. I do coaching calls, we get your energy right, and we base it not only from an energetic standpoint, but that life coaching component, we put in your day-to-day life. So you get homework. It's not just, oh, my root chakra's off, I need to carry this crystal. Why is your root chakra off? Are you stressed about your job? How are we gonna change the situation so that you can be in better alignment?
I have a question. Do you have any suggestions or strategies for women or families who are going through a miscarriage or any fertility challenges?
Yes. So we're talking about the energy of miscarriage. First of all, miscarriage is the one thing that is literally swept under the rug. We don't talk about it enough and how normal it is. So remember we talked about the concept of birth?
Yes.
Energy. So miscarriage happens all the time. One, either due to stress, the energy is up. So when we talk about Ayurvedic and Chinese medicine, the introduction of disease or any sort of thing like that, a miscarriage will qualify under that. The energy, there's an energy mismatch. So like I said, stress is a number one thing for miscarriages. And once you deal that, especially after I actually just did Angel Mom's presentation, after a miscarriage, what happens to the mom? Depression, even more stress. So the concept of trying to get pregnant again becomes scary, and it's less likely to happen. So what we have to do is come through. I normally do a meditation where we talk about the energy of that pregnancy. There's still joy there. Again, focusing on the positive. There was still joy, conception still happened, but the energy might not have been correct. And that is a trauma. So we want to be able to vocalize. A lot of people don't say the names. I don't know about you, but I had my baby's names picked out when I was 3. Most women don't vocalize what happened. They had a name for the baby. Say it, speak it, put that energy out, because it's healing to hear, to know, acceptance in the heart chakra, because that's a huge heart chakra dip when you have a miscarriage. Working on the heart chakra, coming from a place of peace and acceptance. Hey, it happened and it's common. It is literally a miracle to be born. Think about all the energy that has to align for us to actually give birth. So there's gonna be some stuff that happens. Maybe it was timing, maybe the energy was off, but whatever was supposed to happen, that miscarriage was supposed to happen. But that energy of that baby is not lost. That energy of that baby, the joy of conception is still in the womb. So we wanna focus on that positive. I hope that answered your question.
No, it did. It did. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
And this was awesome. Your whole presentation was awesome.
All right, Javon, go ahead and do your thing, girl. I'm not sharing my screen. Go ahead and pop up. Pull up on us. Boom. Thank you kindly.
Hi. How's everyone doing? Awesome. So I'm supposed to go on in 5 minutes. So if folks need to go use the bathroom, grab some water, do some self-care, not touch your face, all of those things. This is that
that perfect time, and I'm just going to give y'all the space to be able to do so. Thank you so much for your presentation. I only got to catch the end of it, but I'm looking forward to going back and watching some videos.
Camille, can I ask you one more question during this time?
You sure can.
What is your favorite #1 go-to thing when you see that your energy is depleted? Whether it was because you just walked into a situation, or whether it's because you had a conversation, or whether you just noticed because you're throughout your day. What's your like quick go-to rejuvenation?
Honestly, I'm a respiratory therapist, and I don't think y'all understand the importance of breath work. So the first thing, if I know that if my energy is low, I'm gonna go into a fire breath. So I can either go into ego stance is like this, or I'll go into a lotus. But either way, the concept of the fire breath is where your exhale is not passive, it's forceful. So you're gonna breathe in and force out. You're gonna draw the belly button towards the spine. So if my energy's low, you'll see my belly start to move. If my energy is high, my anxiety is high, I go straight to that 4-7-8. Or I'll go to a box breath, which also slows us down. So we'll inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, and then hold at the bottom of breath for 4, and I'll do 10 breaths like that. Even if I don't do that, full inhales and exhales will immediately bring that energy down. So anytime, whether I'm high or low, or the energy in the room is a little jacked, I'll hit my little breath work. And because I know that I'm the gatekeeper, when my energy shifts, generally the energy of the shifts around me.
Thank you.
Camille, you mentioned something about you run a PhD program. Can you speak a little bit about that and where that is?
Yes. So I am currently getting my PhD from Saybrook University. It is in California. They are wonderful. They're expensive. So, y'all go buy some sage so I can pay these student loans back, because I ain't got it. But that is where I'm studying. I'm almost to my dissertation phase. So for all of the doulas that are present, I will be asking for your participation with your moms to see if you guys would like to sign up for that research. We'll be sending out a meditation, a hypnotic post-suggestive meditation for moms to try to see if that actually helps with, for all of our high-risk preterm labor patients that we have, so preeclampsia, any sort of indication of high risk, to see if that helps us go full term. Because what happens is preterm is what gets us, that preterm labor gets us into trouble. So we want to help our moms get the full term using meditation.
When a mom is about to birth, what are maybe 2 to 3 breathing techniques that you would recommend? So I heard something like the J breath and things like that. So do you have like 2 or 3 main techniques that you will go to?
So during birth, when we're doing our prenatal visits, I try to coach my moms in proper breath, because the breath should be consistent during actual labor. The breath should be consistent and steady to prevent tearing. So, they tell you to push that consistent. So what we're doing is we're creating positive pressure. So breath work is important during the pushing and laboring experience. When we take a breath in, we're gonna create core stability, just like when you're about to poop, right? You inhale and you allow the diaphragm to sit, and you press that down into the pelvic floor. So we teach our moms the proper breathing technique prior to. I tell them not to push because we don't want nothing to happen. But we want them to expand, so you should be able to expand from your core. So when you breathe in, instead of doing that's not gonna help nobody. You wanna be able to breathe from not only your diaphragm, but your actual abdominals, your laterals and obliques, and you should be able to breathe from your back. And this also helps with moms in back labor. So when you inhale, everything should expand, including your pelvic floor. So you want to inhale and expand through the abdomen. This is belly breathing. And then when you exhale, everything comes in versus because that's not the deep breath we want for pregnancy. We want to be able to expand. So have your moms put their hands on their bellies, on the top, and even down here in the pelvic floor, you should be able to feel that breath expand out. And when you get there, that's where you get that positive pressure and that hold to create that constant, steady push. So if you can control the breath, you can control the push. And that keeps them from tearing and trauma down there because nobody wants to get sewed up. So that's the first breathing technique that we teach during our birth and labor experience. I hope that helped. That's also not only for birth and labor, belly breathing is important for just being. You should be able to engage in Kegels in that pelvic floor to help you breathe better. So everyone should be able to practice that. That is a normal breath.